Alright, so does everyone here own a checkbook by any chance?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, so I'm assuming that everyone has a checkbook, they have an idea on how to write a check. So what I'm going to teach you is how to write a check. I messed that up. So, like, I'm going to ask, why do you write a check? If you have a debit card, credit card, or even cash. Some businesses charge extra fees for credit card payments, like higher like corporations and stuff. Pay during utility outages, like if the card machine's down or if you're short on something. Some businesses prefer paper checks, like landlords, like or electricity companies. Like with me personally, I pay my landlord with the rent through a check, and electricity with a check, and even my internet too as well. They're traceable. You have like a check stamp that copies down what you write on the actual check, and it blueprints it to the bottom of it. They're good for gifts too. I always remember getting checks as a gift and go in and paying or refund it and get money out of it or putting it into your account as well. And they're easy to track too, especially if you don't have like electronic banking with your card. You can write in your checkbook, they're makes it easy to track. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna hand out these here. You don't have to write your name on them, it's just a simple paper I found.
Thank you.
Alright, so I'll explain what a check looks like. So with a check, you normally have your name, your address, and just what city you're from or whatever you want on there, and the date. So what you write for the date is the day that you're writing that check. The pay order to is who you're writing the check to. So say you go to McDonald's and you don't have any cash, but you have your check with you. So you pay to order McDonald's. And in this box right here, you write down the amount in number form. On the bottom line here is where you write the amount in letter form. So say it's $15 here, you'll just write $15 there. And for the for, you don't always have to write what it's for, but it's best for when you're tracing it to know what you're writing it for. So say for lunch for whatever day. And this line here is your signature, just to show that this is your valid check, this is your signature if it goes through. So we'll start here. If everyone could get their pencils out. So let's go with today's date. What's today's date? The 28th, correct? Okay, so we'll go 1, 28, 19. And say you have to pay your rent this month. So we'll pay the order to, what I pay to is Dylan Reynolds. And you always have to pay that by the first of the month, otherwise it's $50 bump up. So what I pay is $375. So in this box right here, the money box, just write 375. Make sure you write a dot, and then the 2 zeros after that if it's not a set number. And on this line here, this is where you're going to write what the amount is. So you're going to write in letters 300. And then you're not going to put and, you're just going to put $75. Now when you write and, that's when you do the cent amount. So since there's 2 zeros there, and when you write the and amount too, so put and, you put 00, and you put that over 100. You can initially put it over 00 if you want. Initially the 100 here is what the place value, or not place value, what the cents will be to the dollar. And what you want to do from there is write a line to the very end so it fills out that check line. So for the for part here, you just put rent for, say, February. Okay? So then you have that trace back to, okay, I did write my rent check for this month, for February. And then on this line here, it can be any signature that you want, that you've been practicing. So here, I'll put mine down. Just like that. So they're pretty simple to write. It definitely takes quite a bit of practice. But how you can get a bad check, if any of you have heard what a bad check is if you don't have enough money in your account to cover this. So say I have $150 in my account, but I write a $375 check, that'll be considered a bad check and it won't go through. So yeah, any questions? Need any more practice with it? Because we can if we need to. All right, sweet, thank you.